Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another course vlog here from the beautiful Torrey Pines golf course. We're playing the South Course today. It's a US Open preview. We're playing all the way back, well, as far back as they're gonna let us. Please don't forget to smash that like button down below. I'd love to have you subscribe as well. Let's get out there. 10th hole, here we go.
The 10th hole here on the South Course at Torrey Pines. It's a shorter par 4 than we're going to be seeing on most of the course here. Sitting at 370 yards, I'm not going to be needing a driver off the tee, as I got to squeeze something down there between these two bunkers into this canted fairway where it's going to be tilted down towards the ocean. You're not going to be having too much of a level lie. Now coming into the green here, you got some deep bunkers left and right, which is pretty much the trait of this golf course coming into the green. A sectioned off green tilted severely left to right here on the slope down towards the ocean. You got to get your number right, as you do the entire day. Now this is the first 2-iron off the tee that I had taken all day. It's been driver for the entire morning. And this one I tugged a little bit down underneath the trees, and I was able to find it and get myself a number here. A gap wedge to the middle of the green is all I'm looking for. Just trying to hit something not too close, but avoid all the trouble around the green. I don't want to be having to get up and down out of those bunkers. It's not a fun time. Rolling up the 25-footer here, hoping I can maybe drop one of those long putts, but a nice comfy tap-in par is really what we like to see here on this US Open course. Par after par is what I like to see. Now here on the par 3 11th hole, it's going to be playing about a club downhill. You can take about 10 yards off that distance to get the true number to the flag. Once again, bunkers left and right, a beautiful ocean vista off in the distance, and this time luckily we're facing a flag pretty much right dead in the middle. Almost a bullseye flag. A 7-iron typically goes about 190 yards for me. And here, 202 down the hill, this should be a perfect number. Perfect number indeed, 15 feet. Let's roll this one in and take advantage. Nonetheless, another comfy tap-in par, and we're on to probably the most difficult hole on the entire property, the 12th hole, par 4, playing 460 yards from my tee box. If this thing can play over 500 yards for the US Open, bunkers down the left and down the right are going to pinch your drive, and this thing is straight out towards the ocean and straight into the typical afternoon breeze that you're going to be seeing. Oh boy, this thing plays absolutely so long. Almost a par 4.5, I'd like to say. Coming into the green, it's a perched and elevated green, so the bunkers are deep. If you go long, it's a deep shot out of the rough. And look at that pin. Perched up there on the back left tongue up on that shelf. It's going to take 2 good shots to get it down there. So first things first, let's crush it. I had intentions on flying the bunker down the right, and it took off right over the top, down the middle of the fairway, and I had a nice comfy pitching wedge here, just trying to hit it to the middle of the green. That pin was nothing I wanted to deal with. Well, middle of the green, it spun back a little bit, but you know, you're going to have 30 feet if you got a back flag and you're hitting to the middle of the green. Not quite the lag putt I wanted to see. A little bit more meat on the bone, but it's okay. We can roll in this par putt. Oh, a little ring around the rosy there, but it counts for the par. And we're on to the beautiful par 5, 13th hole. Oh boy, this one is a gem. Those 2 bunkers down the left are brand new for the 2021 US Open. something they're going to have to deal with from the new tee boxes that they put back at 622 yards. The bunkers down the right have been there all the time and are the trouble that most people are going to have to deal with off the tee. Now, as you see here, coming into the green, I'm going to drop it down low with the drone here, and it's a beautiful approach shot. Most of the time, you're going to be laying down at the bottom of this hill, having a blind shot up the hill, and you see the layers of bunkers here, and the pin can be anywhere on the green, a multi-tiered surface. This time, it's up on that top left location. First things first, another driver down the middle is what we're hoping for. Let's send it. The driver was working for me today. Another little turnover draw right down Main Street. And we're facing a beautiful 2-iron distance into this flag. Let's hit this thing close. I overcooked it just a little bit, and it bounded just left of the flag, and I'm in one of the deepest lies I have been in years. I mean, the gruff was over my toes. I just had to hack this thing out, hacked it out here to about 15 feet, and I had somewhat of a makeable putt here for birdie. But I just couldn't convert for the birdie. Another comfy tap-in par, and we're on to the beautiful 14th hole, another par 4, and this one's pretty decent in length, 414 from my tee box, up to 440 for the US Open. Those bunkers down the left kind of protect the hazard there on the left as well, really making you air out to the right if you're going to miss it. I'm not trying to miss it today, though. I'm going to go right down the middle here. Now, coming into the green, this is another very treacherous green surrounded by trouble. Short left, short right, you're going to be in a deep bunker. Anywhere along, your ball is gone down into the hazard there, down into the canyons. Another perched back right hole location here. Going to have to get that distance absolutely perfect. That club was automatic today, and when that club's automatic, I have so much confidence on the tee. I absolutely love it. Another beautiful number here, a nice comfy gap wedge. Now I tugged it just a little bit, hit on the green, spun, and just barely caught up here in the fringe. Should be an easy little up and down here for par. We can head on down to the 15th. All right, now this 15th hole, 1 tee box, 2, 3 tee boxes underneath us can all be in play for the US Open. My tee box there on the left-hand side plays 395 yards, whereas the tee boxes all the way behind me can play up to 517 yards of a par 4. Whoa, that's a lot. But unlike most of the holes here, no trouble off the tee except for these big tall trees. It's a little bit better than bunkers, I guess, as you can blast it a little bit to the right and hopefully salvage some sort of a lie. Now coming into the green, it's another perched up green with deep bunkers around it and lots of mowed chipping areas around it as well. I think you're going to be seeing a lot of guys trying to get up and down for par here. Another laced drive. This one didn't quite turn over as much as I liked it to, so it just hung up in the right rough here. But a comfy number for my sand wedge. And that ball hit a little high on the face coming out of the rough, and I was disappointed. Gosh almighty, really did not want to land this thing in the bunker. Gonna do my best here to get this thing up and down. Gonna have to land a nice 20-footer here for par. Nonetheless, we cozied it on up there for the bogey. Tap it on in, and we're on to the last par 3 of the day. It's It's got this beautiful extra tee box here across the canyon, the par 3 16th. It's going to play 205 yards from this tee box. It can play up to 230 if they use the regular tee boxes off on the right-hand side, which pretty much makes the hole play right down that little baby fairway up the gut of the hole. Beautiful deep bunkers around this once again, and not too much trouble if you go long. You got to go really, really long in order to lose your golf ball here. And this is just a beautiful sight here. A little perched green there on the cliffside. Let's hit a great golf shot. Now, the same club as the last par 3, I hoped to turn it over a little bit, and it didn't quite do so. But I didn't have enough to get it to the bunker, and the up and down game was working today. Let's see if we can get one in. Almost able to chip that one in for birdie to salvage back that bogey from the last hole, but it's all right. This last par 4 of the day, number 17, another one running right along the cliff's edge here. No protection on the left, only that bunker down the right, and yeah, left is absolutely dead. This is a very, very skinny fairway. It's definitely a lot narrower than you think. And those bunkers down the right just creep in so much. You got to be able to hit your driver off the tee, though. You got to get a lot of distance down there because into this green, this is a very, very elevated green compared to the fairway. Deep, deep bunkers once again, and another pin tucked right over a bunker. There we go. Back to the confident strike. A little turnover draw, and this one was right down the fairway, and it just trickled here into the left-hand rough just a little bit. This is the intermediate cut. I haven't had a nice enough course to have an intermediate cut in a little while, and I was kind of funky. I hit another one a little chunky, and I came up here in the sand once again. Now, that was a severely steep lie, a really short-sighted shot, and the best I could do was lay it all the way back behind the hole, and then I laid the sod right on top of that shot. Just trickled it right on. Oh, boy. Well, now we got a nice 12-foot bogey putt, and it's a bogey putt, so we need to make it. And we did. No doubles today. Just a nice bogey, and we're on to the 18th hole. Another par 5, and let's see what we can do here. 522 yards from my tee box is going to make this thing reachable so long as I don't hit it in any one of those bunkers down the left or the right. They added a few of them here for the US Open, specifically that last one down the left. That's a brand new bunker to catch the longest drivers here. Bryson's going to have to watch out. Now, hopefully coming into the green, you have enough club to get it over this little artificial lake, the only one you're going to see on the golf course. And it's kind of like a little swimming pool here protecting the green. And lo and behold, we have the awesome front left hole location fully protected by the lake. You're going to have to hit a perfect shot. Well, the last driver, I've had a confident swing after confident swing. Let's get one more down the middle. There we go. Trying to get it to turn over just a little bit to avoid the fairway bunker. It does so, and it's right down Main Street. 6-iron, middle of the green. Let's do it. Or 6-iron tugged left just like you did on the last par 5. Okay, so now we're in the hay, and we got to try to get it up and down once again. Let's see what we can do. Now, this green is like a grid. It's got 4 distinct sections in it, with this front left being the lowest part. So this was a very, very slippery putt here, a very, very fast putt. It just kept on rolling out, and now I got about 10 feet for par to bring it home. One last putt.
Well, that's all she wrote. Thank you all for joining us. Do appreciate it. Don't forget to click to subscribe. We'll see you again next time. Later.